The number one way to inspire change in someone's life is by sharing your story. Imagine if your story was the one in a million that someone desperately needs to hear. I'm Devin Schubert, and I'm on a mission to share 1 million stories across social media. And I want your story. It's time to take your story to the stage. And now, here's one of those stories.
There I was, sitting in my room, looking at walls painted the same color of my mood on that day. Gray. I was feeling hopeless, helpless, distraught, disappointed, let down by my own body, my own eyes. As you see, I'm not just wearing these glasses to be cool. I wish that was the case. But I'm wearing these glasses because I received a message from the doctor saying, my eye specialist, saying that what she feared, which was my stigmatisms developing into a blinding disease, had come to pass. And that I was going to have surgery, unsure of how many or how long it would take to recover. But it was becoming painfully obvious that I would not be able to return to this good job. A job where I was climbing up the ladder, a job where I had clout and, feeling really good about myself and the position. And it was holding to what my high school peers had voted me in as most likely to succeed. And here I sit in this room thinking this does not represent success as we think. A few feet down the hallway was my mom, who was dealing with some serious health challenges, and I was going to be her caregiver. But how can I take care of her in this condition? So I felt like I was stuck and paralyzed, like all hope was gone. And I could not see past that moment. And I was listening to the lies of the enemy that was saying, you're never going to get out of this. The dreams and hopes of going back to school, that will never happen. Getting married and moving on, with life, that's not going to happen. And just, you'll never get a good job and make the money that, you deserve or would love to have. None of that is going to happen. Just nurse and rehearse your little blinding situation. And just you and your mom live out the rest of your days pining away. And for a moment, I entered into agreement with those lies. And life just seemed dismal at that moment. But then the Spirit of God interrupted that train wreck, because that's truly what it was, and said, delete those lies, delete, and grab hold of my truth, because it gets better. Because my thought pattern was, I guess this is as good as it's going to get. This is it. No. God rescued me at that moment with his word reminding me in Romans chapter 8 that all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord. His word, his truth, which, by the way, is my secret sauce. It engulfed me, and suddenly I felt joy. Suddenly my head was lifted up, and I felt the potential of living out a better life. Not that my life was bad, but that there was more to it, that this was not the end of my story, and that I was going to bounce back with greater. Oh, yes. When I deleted those lies, grabbed hold of his truth, joy erupted. And when joy came, my strength came. And I was able to get up from that low spot and start believing for greater. Because when the joy came, It's like the clouds moved, they just dispersed and they went away. And suddenly I was seeing light. In other words, I got back vision. I got back the ability to dream and to hope and to see beyond that situation. And tools came with that. From that day forward, I developed tools. God gave me tools on how to be resilient, how to be powerful, how to fulfill the plan that He has for our lives, that we don't have to be stuck just because of adversities. We don't have to get paralyzed just because things are not going the way we think or we may have imagined. That it gets better when we just enter into agreement with His truth. So that spirit of resilience is in me even now. And I bounce back from all those setbacks. Because that wasn't just it. Because fast forwarding, I did get the husband of my dreams. I did move on and living in the house that I had hoped for and dreamed of. Also getting my degrees. I got my bachelor's degree. Now I'm working on my master's degree. Look at God. Yes, we bounced back to greater through Vision College. And I'm so grateful. Not only that, but He also put in my heart a coaching program where I'm able to make money that is not at the poverty level and sitting in that seat of poverty and nothing more, but that we're going forward and that we're doing greater things, and we can believe in the impossible, even in the face of the greatest adversities, in the face of all the wrong things, that we can see greater. We can believe God for greater. So I did, as I said, God had given in my heart to put together a 90-day program called Get Your Bounce Back. And you get your bounce back because you get tools that help you to delete the lies of the enemy, grab hold of the truth of God, get that mindset that will usher you into your next and usher you into your greater, to help you to thrive when it seems like all hope is gone. Now, it wasn't just the blindness that I dealt with. So let me give you another example. Even with breast cancer, they found that in 2011. The lie was that I would die and that I would always, because it was a triple negative, and that it would always come back. But no, the truth of God says you shall live and not die and declare the works of the Lord. Well, that's been 14 years, guys, and I still have that same bounce back spirit. And if God did it for me, He can do the same for you. So just have faith and believe. Delete the lies. Grab hold of His truth. Get the right mindset, and let's move forward where we'll be thriving and fulfilling the destiny, fulfilling the purpose that God placed in our lives. Because it was not to sit and pine away, but it was to reach as many people that we could and that we can in this hour. Get your bounce back and thrive. Greater awaits you.